Hi, everyone. So I'm Matt from Featurespace, and in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how our customers are using the Featurespace platform to detect and prevent even the most sophisticated types of fraud. So Featurespace was founded at Cambridge University based on two breakthroughs in analytics. The first was a unique approach to understanding human behavior, very similar to how we as humans understand one another. And the second was an approach to anomaly detection, which can understand the difference between human nature's natural volatility and actual true anomalies. And the combination of these two things together built Featurespace. And over the last few years, we've worked with customers in a variety of different places, everything from detecting credit card fraud, which I'm about to show you, through to doing things like spotting people who have a gambling addiction from the way that they're playing with the machines inside casinos. So with that, let me go on and show you the first part of the demo. So what we did here is we worked with one of the UK's biggest credit card issuers, and their challenge to us was we'd love to be able to use an adaptive behavioural approach to prevent fraud. And what you can see at the moment on the screen is their current fraud numbers. So 10 to 1 false positives means for every one fraud that they spot, they decline 10 transactions. 23 to 1 means for online transactions, so on online merchants, for every one fraud, they have to decline 23. It's worth saying these guys have relatively low fraud losses. So the false positives are a little bit high, but they do that to maintain very, very low fraud losses. And the challenge to us was, can you maintain the same fraud losses or improve them, but reduce that false positive number? So this is what happened when they used Featurespace. So what we did is we reduced the false positives by about 70% overall and about 80% for online. And the interesting thing about these numbers is that it doesn't just improve the customer experience because they're less likely to have a transaction declined, but we can actually save the industry billions in operational overheads because every single one of these false positives mean an investigation, an alert, or something like that. And so what's happened is we've now been migrated across with a number of financial institutions to work more as a fraud hub. So not just looking at cards, but activity on multiple channels. And as part of that, one of the really interesting frauds that's emerged over the last year or two has been related to social engineering, or vishing, where someone is essentially convinced over the phone to transfer money from their account into a fraudster's account for a variety of different schemes. And so to demonstrate how we detect that, I'm going to invite the brilliant Leanna up onto the stage, who unfortunately is going to be our victim. So what we've got on the screen, on the left-hand side, is an example of a mobile banking app. And on the right, we've got Leanna's profile. So we would actually be detecting this and stopping it in real time, but we're giving you a visualization so you can see what's going on. And on the left, you've got the mobile banking app. So essentially, as Leanna's kind of using it and interacting with it, you're going to see that the current session score down in the bottom right, that's going to change. And when it goes over the red bar, that means that we're actually going to intervene and close that session down. So with that, I'm going to step off stage and become a fraudster who is guiding Leanna, and Leanna is going to use the app. So hang on one second. OK, so the bit I'm not going to do is the confidence builder at the beginning, which is normally where they will convince Leanna that they are actually from the bank. But essentially, let's now go into it. So Leanna, can you log into your banking app, please? So if you just click on the... OK.
Not working.
That's great. And first of all, can you just check your current account and go in and make sure that all the transactions are actually yours?
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you. OK. Now, what we need to do is we've set up a new account for you, and because we know that you've been the victim of fraud already. And so we need you to move your money from your current account into this new safe account that's been set up in your name. So if you could go down to Pay at the bottom of your app, and if you could set up a new payee, so if you can choose your current account to send the money from, very good. And if you can click on To and go through and set up a new payee, and you're going to choose your own name. Great. And then for the sort code, if you can use 60 4016. And then for the account number, if you can use 410 6520 and click on continue. OK, and if you can now go down to amount, and if you can put approximately the amount that's in your current account in there, and then we can move that across. And if you can go down to reference and just say new account, and click on make payment. Ah, great. It did work. So what's happened there is the system has locked that session down, and now someone from the bank can call up and contact Liana and discuss what's happened and try and explain what that type of social engineering was. One of the reasons why this is so challenging and why most fraud prevention systems aren't able to handle this is because Liana is genuinely her, and her device is genuinely her device. Everything about the session looks real. But it's only by having a really deep understanding of behavior and of Liana's traditional behavior that we're able to spot very subtle signals which suggest that she might be under duress or being convinced by someone else to commit fraud. So that's it. That's the core platform, and this is one of the use cases that our customers are currently using within it. If you have any questions, then please do come and see us. We're in the networking area. Thank you very much.